Hi guys, let's play a bit with our friend Hyperion. So let's go through the loadout to as a refresher for you guys and for me too. So essentially, this armory build is built around essentially the advanced mechanic that doesn't require you to do the combos. So you start essentially the advanced mechanic with atom powered assault, and then you cycle through beta surge, neutron bomb, atom splayer, and Geiger blast. And the supercharge I'm using is mass density. Although I'll probably try to use another supercharge. But anyways. As for my other build, essentially I have two DPS build. This one requires the actual combo to be used properly. And the loadout I have with this one is thermochemical explosion, beta surge. Supercharge I'm using is energize. Then I have proton remedy, unleashed antimatter, and atom powered assault. So essentially, this one requires me to go through the atomic combos and to have the aura, essentially the atomic aura, as opposed to my other build. There's no need for the aura or the combos. I just need to use the advanced mechanic, and that's pretty much it. So let's start by doing the vault because let's check the mainframe first. It's been a while, so maybe I didn't renew my mainframe. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I still have 28 days for that. So let's start by doing the vault, and we'll go do some tier 4 missions after. Brawling is probably one of the worst options to do the vault. The best is probably dual pistols, although the hand blaster isn't bad either. So let's see what we got. The gloves are nice. And only the gloves though. So let's start with Steelworks, and we'll do Arkham Island next. Let's pick this up. Oh, I already have it, but I can sell it probably for a good price on the broker. So let us go steal some chips. So as you saw, you start your advanced mechanic and then you just cycle through your other powers. And you can cycle through your other powers twice before needing to reactivate the advanced mechanic again. Oh, I have to go to another area. So let's do that. So let's try and find ourselves a bunch of robots. Oh, there's a couple here. Sadly, it's pretty easy to run out of power if you get interrupted too much. So it's best when you have a tank that manages to get all the aggro and keep you safe. Let's get over here. Just one more robot and not the foreman. But no reason to fight the foreman. We don't really need it. There's a few over there. So let's try and find ourselves. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Holy crap, there's a lot of them here. So let's get this party started, as they say. Not. I should probably change my loadout a bit. The pull move doesn't seem to work as well as I hoped it would. So out of all of those, there was only 2 construction robots. I find that strange, but okay. Unless, I guess it's possible that not all the robots actually give you the chip. Maybe you have to defeat more than 10 to actually get all the chips you need. That seems to be the case, yeah. I was about to say that I'm probably doing something wrong, but turns out that it's probably just a evil number generator that doesn't want me to finish this mission. If you've been watching those videos for a while, you probably know I don't like the random number generator much, and it doesn't seem to like me either. So let's try and find the bulldozer foreman. I'm pretty sure I saw one over here. So let's summon our friends and let's get started. Oh, and I guess we did that mission 5 times, so now we get access to the bonus mission.
Stop looking at me like that. I'm not
Brainiac. I am Brainiac.
I've done it.
But let's start with, let's see what's in the box.
Oh, I want that research. Meet me inside. Hurry up.
Oh, well.
Wait. Which timeline?
So let's go inside Steelworks. I'm not sure why it took a while to load in. I guess there's quite a bit of lag for the past couple of days.
Ah, the heart of Steel's operation, and the tech I've been searching for. Now, if I can just get past his workshop security protocols. Without tripping the alarms. Quickly, get in here and keep his security scraps off of me and my entourage so I can get these security shields down.
So let's start with this first piece. I probably should grab a barrel. I'm burning through power a bit too quickly. Let's grab that little one here. And let's continue. I guess we could summon our little friend here.
The security shields keep saving me. Get this tech out of here.
Danger.
There's quite a few barrels spread around, so don't be afraid to use them. There's probably more where that came from, and odds are they respawn fairly quickly if I remember correctly.
Like a job for
So let's fight the evil steel and let's summon our friends to do it. There should be a barrel over here that I didn't use.
Reinforcements are on their way.
So let us use it.
Disable. Get this tech out of here. Perfect. We've got everything we came for. Just one last thing.
Never get away with this.
Let's get out of here before his repair bots arrive. Well, aren't you just everything a criminal mastermind could hope for?
We didn't get the weapon we needed, but it's okay.
With this tech, I'll be able to research how Steel managed to block my future. Nobody scrambled my TV.
Let's see if I don't have a skill point. Oh well. Let's see if I have a base nearby. Let's update our base tracking. As you can see, lots of new bases have been added. Oh, wrong way. So let's add 64. Ooh, a belt. A belt would be much needed. Yeah, I think we have a winner. So let's get ourselves a brand new belt. Sad because it's the most unexpensive piece of gear to purchase. So usually I'd rather take something more expensive like a chest piece or the leg piece. But I guess a belt works fine. Probably should have made it a tank piece, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think I'll be using it for that long. So as you can see, it gave us a slight boost to our combat rating. We're up to 77, 74 for the equipped combat rating. So our next piece, I'm not sure which one I'll take. I guess the gloves would make some sort of sense. Yeah, the next piece will probably be the gloves. So let's go to Arkham Island. Oh no, an evil villain is attacking me, or I should say an evil hero. Oh, he's running away.
Poison Ivy's
I
work
guess he didn't want to fight anymore now that he didn't have the element of surprise.
quick-growing vines tangle him
It
and render
happens.
him unconscious. Or more, in mere moments. You must be in disguise for this work.
And somehow we resisted the change, so let's try again.
Ingenious invention.
Again.
Create and maintain a holographic disguise based on one of Poison Ivy's minions. Nothing will be accomplished if you look like yourself.
There we go.
You must believe Ivy is behind this. And you must be careful. Ivy's minions will see right through your disguise.
So essentially there is these sort of walnuts over here that we have to click to gather some vine seeds. Let's try and go where we won't have to fight too many enemies, possibly. I definitely should probably change my loadout. My pull move doesn't pull as much as I would like it to. So more often than not, by the time I can cast my huge atomic blast, there's no enemies around me. So let's take a few vines and let's take some more because why not? We're right here anyway.
And anything else you find in the area as well.
So essentially, you can see the vines are those walnut thingy that you get in your inventory. And somehow, oh, there we go. So technically, this mission is fairly simple. You can just fly around and wrap some of those evil henchmen in vines. Don't even need to fight them, really. All you need is to get close enough and wrap them in vines, which is easier to do if you have a flying character. If you have an acrobat, obviously you're going to be at ground level, or a speedster for that matter. And as you can see, there's some pretty big cooldown on them acorn or nuts. I'm not sure how to probably call it. I'll keep the scientist for last. So there's various henchmen we can try and capture with the vines. Oh, let's try this little fella here. Not sure why it didn't seem to work on him. And we need to do the same for a few hallucinations. So normally it should be fairly easy to just fly around and wrap all the enemies we need in vines. At least if you're flying. I guess that was the same one I already did before. So it doesn't seem to work twice on the same henchman, I suppose. So you need to find a fresh new one. Although unless they somehow resist divine, that could be another explanation for that. Oh, there we go. So we need just one more henchman. So let's lose the aggro, get some health back, and we're going to attack the evil scientist right after. Come on. I probably should have switched divines for my henchman. Oh well, next time. Not sure where he's going, but he's going. And again, the pool really doesn't seem to work on him. It didn't go as smoothly as it should have, but it wasn't too big a disaster. And I guess we're not ready for the bonus mission yet. Or if we are, the game isn't telling me. So let us check just to be sure. I already had that mission.
Heading somewhere, some do-gooder from Gotham City has to interfere.
So let's go and do that.
Go to Arkham Asylum and make certain that whichever Gotham City hero has entered the asylum
Or it
is
just gave me the
unable to
mission and it
survive
didn't tell me either way.
Scarecrow and Poison Ivy.
Let's go inside the asylum and fight some evil heroes. Because obviously for me, heroes are evil. So let's get this party started. And I just realized I still have the acorn equipped. So let's try and get rid of that. I seem to recall there's some sort of feat if you wrap up some heroes and those acorns. I'm not sure exactly what that's about. We'll have to try it at some point. Let's use a barrel before we sort of die. You have to keep on motivating him, otherwise he's going to stop and kneel and stop moving. As you can see. So he needs a bit of convincing or motivation, depending on how you want to phrase that. Oh, I have no more colas. Well, let's equip some more. The sad part is I'm going to have to re-imprint all my armories. Oh well. And while we're here, let's put back our henchmen. I knew there was a barrel right here. So let's clear out the way first, and we'll go get the explosives after. Essentially, we have to blow up those doors. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's blow up those doors. And why not even go and pick up this old friend here? We don't really need it, but why not?
It's Nightwing! Get him! Batman Light isn't going to get in the way of my plans. It is crucial that Freeze, Ivy, and Scarecrow do not unite against the common enemy. Show me what you got! Lucky shot! Inspired by the technology I nabbed from the future. Oh, the delicious irony.
Somehow our robots aren't helping us. I'm not sure if it's by design or if it's probably a glitch. I couldn't understand if Nightwing has some sort of stealth-like ability that means that robots can't see him and attack him. But I'm pretty sure that's not why. And we got an amulet. Hopefully we can. We can't use it.
Now it is time for you to go.
We got a healer amulet.
I suggest you leave
Oh well.
before you attract their attention.
Doesn't really matter because it's a 78 item level 78 amulet, and we already have an item level 78 neck piece. But still, it's always a bit sad when we get a piece of gear we can't really use. And I seem to recall the gloves is what I wanted to replace. So let's go ahead and do that. Replace the gloves. Well, let's make us some tank gloves. Just because. Why not? Maybe a mask. I didn't check the mask. The mask is 62. I guess the utility belt would be a better option, but we don't seem to have a utility belt in here. So the gloves it is. Which brings us to combat rating 78. I guess we could try and go and purchase. I'm not sure if there's a belt item level 70. I'm gonna have to go check. So let's go back to our base and I have another base right here. I usually try not to. Oh, there it is. Essentially, I try not to waste my warps too much. Yeah, sure, it's going to come back in 10 minutes. But too often, I'll warp to my base, then I'll go to my League Hall, and oopsie, I can't go back to my base yet. So I try not to waste my warps if I have a teleporter nearby. And this is the base of my evil yellow lantern, which looks kind of neat. I guess one thing I could do is, well, oh, holy crap, my weapon stinks. Big time. Uh, let's see if I can cheat a bit. Not really cheat, but a workaround. Uh, I'll show you, it'll make more sense. So let's equip our gloves, let's equip our colas. And let's get a mod for our gloves. We'll worry about the exhibit mods after. For the gloves, the max damage is pretty much the one option. Yeah, there's a few exceptions. One of the exception would be if I was using shields, I would personal shields. I would then use regenerative shielding. Okay, so the cheat essentially that I'm going to do, or cheat quote unquote, is the following. Let's remove that here. Let's put our respec station here. Come on. Essentially to replace my crappy level 27 brawling weapon, what I will do is that I have an item 71. I have a weapon level 71 that I cannot use. Although I have a few 56, 56, 56. What's this one? 30. Holy crap, my weapons do stink. Oh, I don't have a red mod, so okay, I won't have to worry about that. So essentially, in order to raise my combat rating a bit, what I will do is that I will respect my skills, put one skill point into the staff, and there we go. So thanks to the staff that now I technically I can equip, it did raise my combat rating to 80. And now let's go back to, I don't even need to reassign my points. I just use my armory and everything's back the way it should be. And now I'm combat rating 80 and I can start doing the iconic anomalies, which I guess I will do. But first, let's get rid of some of this stuff that I don't really need anymore. Let's keep those blasters in case, just in case. I guess I could pull the same trick. Let's do that. To try to get rid of some of some stuff I don't really need. Um, let's not even go brawling. There we go. I should have done that right from the start. So now we can equip our hand blasters and collect the style. The same with the tank weapon. This one we already collected. This one we already collected. So I guess we're good to go. So now we can go back. Now we're going to be able to sell a bunch of stuff that I was keeping just because. I do have a tendency to keep too much crap, so once in a while I'll try not to. Well, I'll try to get rid of at least some of it. I'm still going to keep that weapon just in case, but it's essentially it's my highest level weapon, but I can get rid of everything else, which I will do. I don't think I still need that. Let's repair, and there we go. Let's get rid of those walnuts, I suppose. So now that we're combat rating 80, that's high enough to be able to do the test subject and the hunt. So let's start with the test subject. No real reason, it's just the one I prefer to start with. Sorry about that. That's what happened when you multitask, I guess.
Remember, this event is a simulation, so reenact this moment as you please. I'll take care of the rest. Mr. Lincoln, destroy all of these failed clones quickly. Critical failure! Secure the clones!
Since this is our first time, we're going to try not to heck with that. I was about to try to not to defeat any scientist, but our Bizarro clone was a bit too close to them. But it's okay. We'll do that mission often enough that it won't really matter. So usually I wait a bit, and then let's get to it. Usually I just wait a bit to make sure that my health is full or all that good stuff. Since we messed up the feat with the scientists, there's no reason to not simply charge in and beat the snot out of the guard. And let's use that little friendly barrel. And let's get the investigation that's behind here.
Security log 26.1.
Initializing extermination turret test. Target the clone tube.
You're not allowed in here. Activate the Sentinel and bring those turrets back online, now.
You don't really need to defeat the scientist, but I kind of like it sometimes. It helps you blow off some steam. And there we go. So let's wait. Let's wait a bit for to lose the arrow. Oh, we got a new pair of gloves. How nice. So as I mentioned, most of the gear we got probably won't last us very long now. We'll probably replace it pretty quick with some 81 or 83 gear. There's probably some 82 gear also, but I seem to recall mostly seeing 81 or 83 gear in here. And we'll see. And if I'm lucky, really, really lucky, maybe I'll get a nice juicy weapon. We'll see. Oh, let's wait a second or two. We're good to go. If you're a new player and this is your first time doing this mission, usually you want to bring a couple of healing barrels to help you out. You don't really need to, but it helps. Let's go back.
Robot Jim, I like to call him. He guards the door day and night. Always lets me win at cards. I don't know why we have such a high-tech assault robot.
There's this one that I missed.
I heard he was here to keep things in rather than things out. Not sure.
And I missed also the very, very first one. It's very easy to miss. It's right at the start. So if you're not careful, you can easily forget about it. It's not a big deal. All it really does is it gives you a Bizarro tank top. So unless you're planning to do a Bizarro-like character, doesn't really matter. So I'm not going to check my rewards yet. Essentially, I'll do both missions, and then I'll gather the reward for all of them, for both of them. So let's go right away into the hunt. Here, there's no investigation to start. It's a bit further down.
Remember, this event is a simulation, so reenact this moment as you please.
find a way to Santo without raising any alarms. I've got questions that demand answers.
There's usually one. Oh, there we go. The first one is right here.
Vic, you know
So we're ready to start.
probably monitoring every conversation I have, right? Of course you do, Mr. Conspiracy. Why do you have so many questions about me anyway?
And usually here you'll see a hint of the possible boss you can get at the end. This gas tank tells us essentially it's going to be the evil Bane. I am Bane. Sorry, I had to do my Bane imitation or impression, which is pretty awful, as you saw. I'm not much of an impressionist. And with Bane, that's saying something because he's very easy to crap. Usually I try to save that barrel just in case, but doesn't matter. So here usually the Silent Hunter feat is not that difficult to get, especially after a few many hundred times. You pretty much know the timing by heart. So wait for that little fella to go. Of course, after doing it a few hundred times, I guess the worst part is that you could be a little too impatient and try to go too quickly and essentially mess it up. But as you saw, as you can see, I've done that mission way too many times that by now
I need some help over here.
I know the timing by heart.
From their kneecapectomy. If you want to walk out of here, I suggest you tell me the password.
I don't get paid enough for this. The password is Van Gogh.
So there should be one here.
Ever been to Sicily, Vic? That's where my uncle sent me after my
The other
family was
one is in
murdered.
the elevator shaft, if
Killed
I'm
by
not
order of
mistaken.
a hit by the dawn of the Casamento family.
The last one should be in the last room
For
with
many nights I couldn't sleep. I saw them in
Casamento.
my dreams, heard them scream. It consumed me and made me vow.
So let's
for
get started.
revenge. In Sicily,
So usually here, if you can manage to bring the barrel that there was in the first room, it can help you go through our friend Johnny Blowtorch. But after a while, you don't really need to. Once you pretty much know how to counter him, and it's not really an issue. Still, it doesn't hurt, but you don't have to. Let's bring that little barrel over here. Again, I probably won't use it. I probably won't need it, but it's right there. So it's like a matter of seconds to just go and get it. And if I need it, it's there. If I don't know, if I don't need it, I don't need it.
Dawn of the Casamento family. Explain to me why the FBI has a photo of you with my mother. If you even think about raising an alarm, I'll shoot you where you stand.
The Huntress. How nice of you to visit. And to answer your question, your mother, Maria, and I were very close.
So our friend Santo Casamento will be his usual verbose self.
Why? Why didn't they kill me too?
That was my mistake. You are my mistake. I meant to spare Maria. So, what are you gonna do now, huh? What are you gonna do, murder me? Your father?
I'm not gonna fight Santo. I'm gonna wait for Mr. Bane.
Before you got
Mr.
here, I was
Bane.
in the middle of negotiating
Actually,
a contract
Bane
with
actually
a
says,
friend
Mr.
of mine,
Wayne,
someone you may know.
you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in
I'll
it.
raise my buying price by 10%.
It's been a while since I fought our friend Bane. There's these canister you can try to use to incapacitate Bane. Problem is, it takes so long to use the canisters that usually the Bane pretty much beat the snot out of you while you try to collect the canisters, so you may as well not use them. I don't know. I have to admit, I'm not sure if what it does. Does it weaken Bane? Does it hurt him? Let's try and click on the last one. Let's see what happens. Oh, I wasn't able to. Doesn't seem to be all that much, so not really worth it. So usually I don't bother with the canister. I just power on through and beat the snot out of our friend Bane. No reason not to break those barrels for the 1,000-barrel feat. And we got our briefing, so we can get out of here. The briefing will give us the Huntress Mask, which we don't really need, but there's no reason not to take it. We won't get anything by not having it. And let's take our Bizarro tank top. And I may as well replace, put my teleporter back before I forget. And yeah, I'm not making a mistake. I've been meaning to change. Essentially, I'm reorganizing all my bases a bit differently. And I didn't do all the bases at once, so once in a while when I log in with the character, I'll try to reorganize the base at the same time. And there we go. Should be good to go then. Took me a while to realize that this was supposed to be the door of the safe. Which probably is self-evident for most. Just didn't strike me much as the door of a safe. I don't know, there's some detail seems to be missing, or maybe I'm just crazy. Anyway, so let's take a look at our new gear, maybe. So that's the Bizarro tank top. Tank top. That's our new back piece, I guess. So it's a nice 10 combat rating upgrade. Probably our new boots. Oh yeah, our new boots for sure. The gloves we can't equip, the ring we can't equip, and our new belt. So overall, quite a few upgrades. Let's see what's in the box. If we're really lucky, we could get even more upgrades. I don't expect that, but you never know. A gun that we can't really use. And what's the other one? And some martial art weapon we can't really use either. Oh well. And they're both 83 weapons, which is sad. It would have been a really good weapon. And oh, a neck piece. I guess we can say goodbye to our 78 combat rating neck now. So overall, it wasn't bad at all. Although our combat rating is still 80 somehow. Well, let's see if we can change that a bit. Essentially, I'm going to try the same more or less cheat that I did before with the rifle. The rifle is combat rating 83, which is much better than the staff combat rating 71 that we have right now. I thought we were going to be able to do some tier 5 missions, but I guess not yet. So what do we need? We need a back, something for the neck, something for the back, the boots. So neck, back, and boots. So let's get to it. For the neck piece, I usually go for the fortified blocking, even though technically the atomic tank is built so that you shouldn't have to block or you shouldn't block. But for the DPS role, since I use the same gear for both role, for the DPS role, it would be kind of useful. Because otherwise, what else am I going to use? Power critical chance? No. Restoration? No. Escalating might? Maybe. Or precision? Maybe. I guess I would go with escalating might. Let's stick with the fortified blocking. No real reason. Oh, and I forgot the others. And the back, usually I'll go with the breakout protection. And the boots, it's the deadly block. Although maybe for a tank. I seem to recall explosive block. Nah, the mods for the boots, stinky poo. The same for the back, I guess. The back, not really. Not really. These are the less bad option when it comes for those mods. And we don't have exhibits that we need to get back. So let's go check our mail, and we're going to have the Huntress mask, which we'll never use with this character, but no real reason not to take it anyway. You never know, maybe in 5 years, I'll respect this character and turn it into the Huntress. You never know. And let's put our yellow neck back here, which we could use for another character at some point. So sadly, it did not seem to increase our combat rating at all, which I find surprising. But let's try one more trick. Actually, let's try two more tricks. The first one is we're going to do the same thing we did before with the respect station. So we have a martial art weapon and a rifle. Either of those would do the trick. So come on, let's go for the rifle. Because also we're going to be able to equip consume the style of the rifle, I guess. Consume is probably not the right word, but I can't think of a better one. Oh, it's a controller rifle. Oh, both are controllers actually. So never mind. Nothing we can do then. But I'm a bit surprised that the combat rating did not raise at all after upgrading. Come on. Guess there's a bit of a lag or something. Or a delay. Yeah, I know. I'm struggling too much to try to align this perfectly. So I'm a bit surprised, but sometimes what happens, it happens usually when I reach tier 2, is that sometimes I'll reach tier 2, but somehow my combat rating will not go up, so I need to like log out and log back in. So let's see if that trick could actually work with this little fella. I guess not. So I guess the upgrades weren't substantial enough, although we went from 72 to 82, 72 to 81, 74 to 82. I find that strange a bit, unless... could it be because I don't have access to the staff anymore? It could be, could be. So let us see if it made a difference. Oh yeah, it did make a difference. Not enough. Okay, so that was the problem. We couldn't actually, the weapon didn't count, it seems, to raise our combat rating anymore because we could not use it. It's nice to know, I guess. Of course, if any of those two weapons would have been able to be used, it would have made a difference, but whatever. So I guess that's going to be it. So oh, let's sell what we don't need. Let's replace our teleporter before we forget. So essentially, once we reach this point, the thing to do is to repeat the Bizarro and the Huntress missions over and over and over to build up your gear up to combat rating 84, if I'm not mistaken. So once you can build your combat rating to 84, then you can start doing some tier 5 missions and raise your combat rating even more. So I guess that's as good a time as any to stop. So next time we'll probably do the Huntress and Bizarro again, unless what I could do is I could do the Huntress and Bizarro without recording it, and then once I reach combat rating 84, then start recording once I start doing the Wasteland missions. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So that's it for now, guys. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.